Every single time you save a file, you open an app, you boot up your computer, you're using a piece of software you probably never, ever think about. And that's the file system. It is the invisible architect of our entire digital world, just quietly organizing trillions of bytes of data. We just assume it's rock solid, a totally finished piece of engineering. But what if that's not the whole story? Well, a team of researchers decided to dig deep into the code itself. And what they found? It completely changes how we should think about the software that runs our world.
I mean, just think about that for a second. What if the code that is supposed to be the most stable, most reliable part of your entire system is actually in a permanent state of change, of churn, of evolution? What would that even tell us about the nature of software itself?
Well, to answer that, we're going to follow a team of researchers who did something pretty fascinating. They treated years and years of file system code like it was an archaeological site. They were literally digging through layers of changes to uncover the secret history of how this critical software is really built and maintained. And this isn't just some casual look, by the way. We are digging into a really comprehensive academic study called A Study of Linux File System Evolution. You see, these researchers wanted to understand the day-to-day reality of developing these systems by analyzing the artifacts the developers themselves left behind.
So what did this dig actually cover? Well, an incredible amount. They analyzed 8 full years of development on the Linux kernel. We're talking from version 2.6.0 all the way to 2.6.39. And they didn't just look at one file system, nope. They studied 6 of the most important ones, including X3, X4, and XFS. These are systems that run on basically everything, from massive servers to the Android phone that's probably in your pocket right now. And here's the scale of this excavation. Get this. The researchers manually analyzed, categorized, and studied over 5,000 individual changes, or patches. Every single patch is like a fossil, right? It's a snapshot of a single decision. A bug that got fixed, a new feature that was added, or a problem that got solved.
Okay, so after sifting through thousands and thousands of these code fossils, what story did they tell? What are developers actually spending their time on when they work on these absolutely foundational systems?
You might think it's all about innovation, right? Building faster, bigger, better things, adding all these exciting new capabilities that make the headlines. But the data? Well, the data revealed something completely different and honestly, way more interesting. And this is where our assumptions just get shattered. Just look at this breakdown. A tiny 5%, of all that work went into building new features. The vast, vast majority, a combined 83%, was spent on just maintenance and fixing bugs. That is an incredible insight into the day-to-day reality of building software that we all depend on.
So here's the crucial point. Building a file system isn't like building a cathedral that you finish and then just step back and admire. It's so much more like tending a massive, incredibly complex garden. It requires constant, relentless effort just to keep it healthy, to keep it secure, and to keep it working the way it's supposed to.
So let's dig a little deeper into that second biggest category, because it tells us a whole lot. With nearly 40% of all developer effort going into just fixing bugs, you have to ask, what kind of bugs are we talking about here? And do they ever actually go away?
And here's another really surprising find from the study. The number of bug fixes doesn't really go down over time. Even the most mature, most stable file systems that have been around for years are still getting this steady stream of fixes. It suggests that bugs aren't just a problem you solve early on. They are a persistent, permanent feature of a living, evolving codebase.
So what do these bugs even look like? Well, as this chart shows, over half of them fall into a category they call semantic bugs. Now, these aren't simple typos. No. These are deep, logical flaws in how the system actually works. And to understand why they're so common, we kind of need to know what they are.
Okay, so a semantic bug is basically a flaw in the logic of the program. It's when the code does exactly what you told it to do, but what you told it to do was based on a totally wrong assumption. Think of something like forgetting to update a file's timestamp when it gets moved. These things are notoriously hard to find and fix because you need to understand the system's incredibly intricate rules.
And this finding really points to just how unique file systems are. The study found that concurrency bugs, those super tricky bugs that happen when multiple things try to happen at the exact same time, are way more common here than in your typical desktop app. I mean, we're talking about a massive difference, which just highlights the unique challenge of writing code that sits so close to the metal.
But the single most shocking discovery of this entire archaeological dig is where the most dangerous bugs tend to cluster. And trust me, it is not where anyone expected.
They aren't in the heavily used, well-tested code that reads and writes your files millions of times a day. Nope, that code is actually pretty solid. The real danger, it lies somewhere else entirely.
It's in the error handling code, the code that's designed to take over when something fails, like when you run out of disk space or you hit a hardware error. This is the code that is supposed to save you.
And here it is, the number that made everyone just sit up and pay attention. The researchers found that nearly 40% of ALL bugs across all categories were located in these rarely used failure paths. This is the code that's the least tested and, as it turns out, the most fragile.
The paper itself puts it perfectly. When a file system tries to handle one error, it's highly likely to make further mistakes. It's a cascade of failure. The very code that was designed to handle problems often introduces new and sometimes much worse problems, like data corruption or even system crashes.
So, what do we take away from this incredible journey into the heart of our operating systems? What are the big lessons from this digital dig?
Well, the takeaways are pretty profound. First, this kind of software is a living system. It is not a static cathedral. Second, the real heroism in software isn't just about flashy innovation, but about the constant, absolutely crucial work of maintenance. Third, bugs aren't just a flaw to be eliminated, but a permanent feature of a complex ecosystem. And maybe most importantly, we learn that the most dangerous frontier is error handling, that managing failure is incredibly, incredibly hard. By digging into this history, we really do learn how to build a more reliable future.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? File systems are just one example. What other invisible, critical systems that we depend on every single day in our infrastructure, our finances, our society, are also in a similar state of constant, unseen, and absolutely essential evolution?